Hello, hello. How's my mic sound here? I think it's coming through pretty good. Welcome in, everybody. We're about to get started with our community showcase featuring Zone Battle. Or Bone Zaddle, according to the chat recently. But, yeah, let's get that lobby set up here. I think first up, we are going to have Shock59 and LB, so be ready to play. Then on deck we have Bingo versus I Am Nobody. In my eyes, you are somebody. 026. And yeah, this will be a lot of fun. And just to reiterate, if you are tuning in on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, or X here, these matches are entirely open to the community. Anybody can participate. Just be sure to join the Discord and have that community events role selected when you onboard into the Discord, and you'll be notified of these events, so you're welcome to play. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put myself here on the screen while we get our lobby set up. I'm Austin from Enhance. Hope everyone's having a good Friday evening, Saturday morning, whatever time it is for you. And, yeah, ready to vibe into the weekend with some good old Tetris Effect connected Zone Battle. If anyone knows me in the community, this is my favorite mode in Tetris Effect, so always happy to commentate some matches and have some fun. Okay. And for those of you playing, I'm about to share the lobby code in the Discord. I tend to have a good luck when it comes to lobby codes. This one's all right. Okay. Welcome in Tetro Boy saying, God, I love Tetris. I wasn't paid to say this. Authentic, not advertised here at Enhance Experience. Alright, looks like our players already found the lobby. So we are about to get started here. Hashtag not sponsored. You know what? That's part of the reason that this is actually one of my favorite events here is no sponsored products. We can just hang out, play some Tetris between the greater Enhanced community. Very casual vibes. I definitely enjoy our community showcase streams. All right, let's hop into it. Let's get my face off the screen. If you find me annoying, this is the screen for you. All right, so Shock on the left, LB on the right, and Shock sporting the, I guess what the designers had in mind with the mono color, or mono, not necessarily monochrome, but single color pieces from Shock. And typically, if both players have that, it'll be gold on the left and blue pieces on the right. But LB, like me, rocking the traditional Tetris pieces. I like the traditional colors because it helps me move a little bit faster, personally. Because, like, look at your piece preview. You can kind of, like, get an idea by just, like, taking a glance based off of the color of your pieces, right? Not everyone is that way, but, like, we have some super fast players and talented players that don't use the colored pieces, right? So, just depends on your perception of the game. So that zone ended a little soon for Shock, but fortunately, they have some Tetrises waiting, and they have a quarter zone insurance here if they have to use it, which they are going to. I think there is an out here, though. There is a way to survive here as Shock. Unfortunately... Oh, yeah, taking the time to think it through. Kind of a rough sequence, actually. No long bar, and then that double square, making it hard to get to that clean Tetris will. And LB taking game one. And by the way, if some of these sets are kind of quick, we'll do another one. You never know with Zone Battle, so we'll either have like a 10-minute match or a couple minute match, so we'll kind of just play it by ear. Because there is nothing on the line tonight. We are just having some fun. But at the same time, we have some great players playing tonight, so good time to learn the game, observe, and appreciate their Tetris abilities. Oh, Tetri in chat. I'm sorry. Tetri is saying that everything is on the line. I was not made aware of that. So these players, everyone better be nervous to play, really stressed out. You know, trying to get that community showcase title. Your dignity is on the line. You know what? Dignity is probably the most important thing. So that's a good point. Honestly, like, the vibe I get from a lot of our players that play in, like, tournaments with big prizes, looking at you classic players, there's a lot of high-dollar classic Tetris tournaments. Most of the players, they just want to, you know, they just want to say they won a tournament more than anything, more than the prizes. Alright, so Shock firing back in this game number 2, hitting that 2-minute mark. So they are in phase number 2. So once a player hits, once either player hits 20,000 score, the attacks send messier garbage. It can fluctuate, and it can be somewhat luck-based, but if you are the one putting on the pressure, you're not going to have to worry about it. But from time to time, you'll get some cheesier garbage. And the garbage being, like, on the left side, see the, like, cloudy blue blocks? That's considered garbage. You can look at it as, like, attacks as well. Enemy attacks. But sometimes it comes in the form of, like, pure Tetrises, and other times it comes in the form of every other block, really messy, etc., etc. But once a player hits 60,000 points in zone battle, it gets extremely messy. So if you're a high-level player and tend to score quicker, you hit that later level a bit quicker. But if you are a newer player, it allows you to play with more forgiving garbage for longer, right? Okay. Shock with that Tetris into some burns. Actually, going to use that half zone. I like that. Hopefully they can find a Tetris or something during this zone. Either way, actually, some decent down stacking. They're going to have to continue. Ooh, I like this. Opening up that well on the left with a little bit of foresight. Doesn't get a quarter zone. I think... Ooh, this is so close. Okay, Shock barely hanging in there and gets a quarter zone to boot for a little bit of safety. I'm going to actually trigger that right away. And, oh my god, the pressure here. Oh, and LB will take it. GG. That was a good round. Okay, so we will move on into our next game. We do have a lot of players tonight. We try to include everybody. But hang around, Shock and LB, if you want to just spectate, and/or if we have some time at the end, maybe we can get some additional matches in. But it seems like a pretty full queue tonight, so let's try to get through it, and I assume some new players will hop in here or find our stream is live. So who is up next? We have I Am Nobody versus Bingo Bognards. That's a great name. Oh, Super Shocky, thank you. Super Shocky calling me out. The wrong Twitter title here. This is not Score Attack, this is Zone Battle. Let's try to edit that. should hopefully be looking correct now. Oh, it didn't update. Well. Okay. So bingo, and I am nobody. I'm gonna tag you. Then on deck we have, who's on deck? Atomic Spoons and My Name West. My Name West. Got Kanye West in the house. Big Tetris fan. Oh, nobody found their way here. Calling Bingo Bognards to the lobby here. Oh, I think this is them. All right, let's do it. I just call you Kanye. I'm sorry. We can go back in time and act like that never happened, if that's okay with you, or if that's your preferred way to go here. All right, both players using the colored Tetraminos. What was the rating of these players? I think this was like around 9K range, right? So on the cusp of that 10K plus where you are enabled to play with the best of the best on the ladder. Scary place. Scary place. Alright, nobody with that T-spin sight here. Actually putting down a lot of T-spins against our friend Bingo here. Nebnub version 2. Big fan of the version 2 update of Nebnub. Version 1 was alright, but all the bug fixes and whatnot really make for a powerful Tetris player. Nebnub is down stacking here, opting to set up a T-spin single, like it. It's a little extra attack output. Ooh, some rough fist drops and the sweat emojis to let us know that they did not intend for that. Ooh, and nobody. With some pretty, yeah, I like that efficiency, 70 to 100, throwing in a lot of T-spins. And actually, Nebnub with a similar efficiency, if not actually a little higher, just slightly slower though. Or you know what, I think nobody's efficiency was still a little higher there after doing quick math. Okay. Welcome in Knighting, Mr. FAQ. Tetra Boy. I already said hi to Tetra Boy, I think. They don't need a second hello. And Haunt with the oh no. But yes, if anyone has any zone battle questions, the chat is... There's some really strong players in the chat, so feel free to ask away. Don't be shy. And either myself or a community member will help you out. Because there can be a lot to take in with zone battle if you are newer to the competitive Tetris scene. With the addition of that zone mechanic, where you can kind of pause your opponent's attacks and create stronger attacks, adds another layer of strategy that may be intimidating on top of an already intimidating version of Tetris. Ooh, that's a rough misdrop from nobody, actually. And look, yeah, I don't see a easy solve to bring that down on what was otherwise a nice zone attack coming towards Nub here. So we are going to a decider. Tetra Boy asking, how do I play Tetris to save my relationship? There are a lot of factors that may be going into that situation, and not sure if I am qualified to answer, but perhaps you could... What could you do? You know, you can hang out and play some Tetris if that's your partner's cup of tea. That's one way to do it. Zone battle tips and tricks here tonight. All right. Atomic Spoonie saying, make sure you have a partner that actually understands your Tetris addiction. True. Very important. Although I think there might be a better way to word it than addiction. Your Tetris hobby. We want to have proper propaganda for our addictions here. We know it's addictions, but we can't let other people know it's an addiction. Nebnub with a... Okay, yeah. Pretty strong attack from nobody, and Nebnub finding a clean zone to bring this down. And they should be in the clear here. Yeah. Actually, ooh, nice using that square to set up a T-spin. And I see some... Ooh, rough misdrop there for Nebnub. But there might be a nice roof build here. And actually, yep, using that that Z-spin in order to properly downstack. And nice tanking. So, in a way, like intentionally taking attacks so that you can send some pressure towards your opponent. And or you might want to receive some garbage to, if you're like somebody that likes to downstack more often rather than propagate or create your own attacks, that could be one option too. Oh, kind of a rough board for Nebnub here. I think they did actually manage the zone before that timer. I don't know if you guys heard the ding. That means somebody scored 60,000 points and it was nobody, forcing that phase 3. Where the zone meter depletes faster and the garbage is messier, the zone meter charges slower, all that jazz. Either way, a good matchup here between Nobody and Bingo, aka Nebnub. Nobody, you are somebody today on the Enhanced Community Showcase. Round of applause. Okay, who do we have next? Next up, I believe it's Atomic Spoonie, and my name West, right? Is it my name is or my name West? Not West 98. They are not West. When you two are ready, I am ready. Chat, are you ready? Okay. Big GGs. That was a good set, for sure. Tetris, what is that supposed to mean? Am I the Joker? I'm okay with that. Yes, Atomic Spoons, hailing from the UK. Not West, I didn't catch their country code. Atomic Spoons is regular here on Community Showcase, and they have been improving steadily. Before you know it, Atomic Spoons is going to be our 2024 world champion. But yeah, she's stacking pretty smartly here. I don't know if she's trying to set up for a T-spin. And not West with a T-spin. Ooh, little jumping the gun a little bit on that T-spin. Excuse me. And all right, just decides to down stack. I like it. Decides to zone with that max zone. So not West looking to kind of bring this down. It seems to be their priority, which is a good idea. Like, look at that clean Tetris well waiting for them. So even though that they didn't get like a max zone, they're attached to that well and actually have a quarter zone already set up here, so they can choose to block or accept that attack, choose to block that attack by attacking at the same time as there is that yellow meter of incoming attacks in that column right next to the board, in between the zone meter and the Tetris board, if you want to see incoming attacks there. But if you attack at the same time as there are incoming attacks, you are able to block them. All right, max zone meter for Not West, so finishing their zone first, proving to be a valuable asset if you are trying to play mostly to farm that zone meter, which can be one way to approach the game. Dovetail in chat saying, a reminder, if you would, a given zone gets the phase change boost, regardless of if the bell tolls during the zone or if the bell tolls because the zone clear past the threshold, right? Let me reread that. So, blah, blah, blah. Zone boost. Okay. So, let me see if I understand this correctly. So, if you trigger your zone before phase 2 or phase 3, when you hear that bell, it actually maintains the time of the previous phase, if that makes sense, right? Is that what you're trying to note? You successfully confused me, yeah. Ooh, Not West actually going for that PC on One Piece preview. A bit tricky, but I like the idea. Yeah, Not West is using One Piece preview here, so it could be a little harder to find PCs and things like that if you are using the lower piece preview, but perhaps they're more comfortable with that One Piece preview currently. Players can choose in the gameplay options a piece preview from 1 to 4. Oh no, I think Atomic Spoons caught off guard there from an attack from Not West. I didn't catch exactly what happened there. Rematch? I'm okay with a rematch if you would like. I think that was on the shorter end there. Yeah, we can do one more. Who do we have up next? We have Ooh, Knighting versus Call Me Star next. That'll be a fun match. Looks like one of our higher level matches tonight. We also have Mr. FAQ around, who should be pretty good. Hot Nog and Tetro Boy. Yeah, we have a lot of good matches tonight. Oh, ArcFox is around. Perhaps we'll have ArcFox play against Noriko, aka Mr. FAQ. That'd be a good matchup. And Just Bug may go last here. Alright, how's our game looking? This looks like a potentially really clean zone for Atomic Spoons. Meanwhile, Not West deciding to use their max zone, even though the board's a little messy, but when you activate that zone, you can comfortably kind of downstack your board, knowing that you're not going to be receiving any other attacks. So maybe a chance that Not West here will be able to bring their board down and have a clean zone. Not bad. Still the upper hand in terms of attack power for Atomic Spoons, and Atomic Spoons the first to begin charging their next zone meter. Not West is up a little bit high here. Okay, manages to get that long bar over, and that attack will do it. So Atomic Spoons with the game 1 dub. Welcome in, Espion. Great Britain fans going wild in the chat. That camaraderie. That that country. I want to say patriotism. Not West looking to... Okay, gets that long bar, but yeah, a little tricky here, not knowing what their upcoming pieces are. And actually, Atomic Spoons getting the best of Not West in that... the best of Not West, I like that, in that second game there. So, GG, and we will move on into our next game, which will be Knighting versus Call Me Star. Yeah, that was a nice set of games. So, Knighting and Call Me Star, the room code is in the Discord thread. And just a reminder, if anyone tuning in wants to play on stream here, get their matches spectated, or just simply hang out, have some fun, be sure to join the Enhanced Discord at discord.gg/enhance and select that community events role when you sign up to be notified for these Friday night streams, which are open to anybody. Any Tetris Effect players. Looks like Knighting has found their way here. And is Call Me Star around? Let me ping Call Me Star. Oh, they are here. Okay. I had a feeling they were here. Haunt having connection issues. You know what? There's very few things I hate more in the world than a poor internet connection. It sounds like quite the first world problem, but there's something about it that is just way too frustrating to me. Especially back in the day, because I used to play, like, I've always played a lot of competitive games, and games used to be even worse when it came to, like, handling poor connections. I was ambitious with climbing and things like that, and every time I had poor connection, that would just, like, ruin my game. It was a feels bad man moment. Now, Call Me Star, using that kaiden, which I believe means stairs in Japanese, propping up that S or Z piece against the left or right wall, depending on which side you were setting up on to create that T-spin. Very nice. And their zones even out perfectly, so looking to be a good match here. And both of these players are pretty good at finding those high zone line clears. I know recently Call Me Star has hit some curve trisses against me. So when you clear 21 lines during your zone, that's called a curve triss. See if that comes into play here. Nice quick zone from Call Me Star. Decides not to go for that T-spin. I saw that they saw it, but oh, they're actually going for the oh, I like that actually. That T-spin right snug middle in the center there, or in the center there. That was redundant. T-spin double, knighting. Actually, pretty even Stevens in terms of like board health. Knighting with a little bit of room to give. So if you have a little bit more room, you can possibly like tank attacks from your opponent easier. Oh, they actually have to. Interesting. Both players a little bit high on the board, which means you're going to want to have to do a lot of attack blocking. You don't really have the luxury of being able to tank attacks. A nice double triple cannon find from knighting, actually forcing Call Me Star to zone. But with that being said, it was a pretty comfortable time to zone for Call Me Star. This might be quite a powerful attack. So while this is ongoing, knighting needs to greed a little bit, get some more Tetrises, and I think they did an okay job of that. Weren't able to find that T-spin double. Not really a clean solution there. Alright, and unfortunately doesn't get that quarter zone. So game one goes to Call Me Star. Yeah, your board opener isn't too important in zone battle. However, you can catch your opponent off guard when you hit those like perfect clears or counter somebody like striding, which means you're just playing super fast to farm that zone meter. I do find that tanking attacks and like a follow-up combo can force your opponent to zone early, which is usually a good thing to do in the earlier phase of the game. Ooh, I like the vision there from knighting. Had the right idea to create that curve twist potential, just not the right follow-up sequence. Okay, kind of an interesting board situation from knighting. With good T-spin setups and really messy garbage actually for this phase of the game. So let's see how they decide to handle it. They block with that T-spin single, And actually, this turned out to be a pretty good board state for knighting. Call Me Star will be the first one to zone, which means they'll be the first one to get that follow-up zone meter in the important phase 3. So I think this zone will put us into over 60,000. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, so Call Me Star will have a little bit of an edge to possibly get a quarter zone meter. First, yeah, there it is. Pretty even zone attacks going into that phase 3. Ooh, Knighting looking for that T-spin triple. I like it. You know, greed is actually pretty important in phase 3. If you can land it, of course. Don't over greed, because you're just gonna have to burn singles and doubles if you can't like finish up your setup. But calculated setups here from Knighting. And Call Me Star has a real... I would love to have that board from Call Me Star. A lot of flexibility in how they want to handle it. Yeah, so... Forcing Knighting to zone, and oh my god, that placement from Knighting. Let's see if Knighting can somehow bring this back. Finds that T-spin double. To start, they do have a quarter zone. And here's the thing, never give up in phase 3, because even though the garbage is messy, there's always a chance... Oh, that placement, unfortunate. I think they were on track there, actually. But there's always a chance that you have a really clean downstack combo, right? So, yeah, always try your best, and you never know. You might get that, like, magical 12 combo to bring you back into the game. And, Knighting wants to do one more, it looks like. How many matches we have left? 4 more. Here, Knighting, maybe we can get you in towards the end here. I think we have an extra matchup, possibly. We're going to move on to Hunt Nog versus Tetra Boy. The lobby code should be within the Discord thread. Maybe we can do Knighting versus Ferox. It's a rivalry kind of, right? Friendly rivalry. Yeah, Ferox saying it could be an extra slot. That might prove helpful. Oh yeah, because we have Arc Fox playing. We might need somebody to play against Just Bug. Okay, so it looks like our players found the lobby. Ooh, interesting avatar choice. What is the name of your avatar, Tetra Boy? It's like 2 urns. Versus a snake. Will Tetra Boy charm the snake into the urns, or the vases of some sort? Tetra Boy is somebody that's, I feel like, has improved quite a bit. I always see them looking for matches in like some community zone battle discords. So chances are, if you're looking for matches, you are improving. And ooh, breaks that combo, but I think there's an out here with this. Okay. Ooh, it goes with... Oh no! That misdrop of the long bar directly in the spawn of the Tetraminos. That is a mistake as old as the history of Tetris. Happens to everybody. Happens to me more often than I would like to admit. Boy seems pretty quick, but sometimes that speed can be a double-edged sword. Okay, we'll do another set here. We don't want. We're not gonna let Tetra Boy go out like that. I'll slow down. Here's the thing. Sometimes when I slow down, I perceive the game a little differently, and then I end up playing faster. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm like, all right, I just need to misdrop less, slow down, and then like by intentionally trying to focus on my upcoming queue and things like that, I tend to play quicker anyways. All right. Ooh, setting up for that double T-spin triple tower. I like it from Tetra Boy's side. Hot Nog with plenty of attacks to counter that. I like this board from Hot Nog. Having that 3-wide well, pretty adaptable to a lot of ways, or a lot of stacking patterns. Did I say adoptable? I meant adaptable. Alright, with that Z-spin to clean up the board for Hot Nog. Meanwhile, Tetra Boy with some Tetro board state of some kind. A little messy, but actually does a great job cleaning it up here. Hopefully they have enough to tank this. I think they should be able to tank this. Oh, unfortunately, placing that Z piece a little too fast there, and Hot Nog will take the dub. Alright, how are we doing here? Looks like Tetra Boy is settling in a little bit. So far so good, clean board state. I think Tetra Boy kind of has the vision. Just a lot of mistakes when trying to play quickly here. That's kind of how it looks. But this time looks like a opportunity for a really clean zone from Tetra Boy. That T-spin double into that Tetris. Well, with a little bit of a combo. Sets up that Kaiden with that Z against the wall for a T-spin double. Meanwhile, Hot Nog with a clean zone on their end. Doesn't get past 16 lines, so this should be, yeah, a nice attack advantage for Tetra Boy. But look at that. Pure clean garbage as a blessing to Hot Nog. And able to fire that right back at Tetra Boy. So a pretty even match for round number 2 here. Tetra Boy with the 4-5 stack. I like 4-5 stacking on zone battle. It can be like a little bit Tetris heavy, but that's not a bad thing because you can charge your zone meter a little bit faster anyways. And like you can still maintain pretty high T-spin double efficiency. It's just a little bit more freestyling and less pattern stacking. So it can be harder at times. Or easier depending on the, I don't know, depends on the player. I have an easier time maintaining a 5-4 sometimes, or like efficiency. Ooh, Hot Nog finds that double triple cannon. Doesn't have the T-spin ready, so they're actually going to have to sacrifice some efficiency there. Maybe a little bit of overgreeding. And, Tetra Boy on the cusp of winning a game. Will Hot Nog be able to downstack their way through this? Misdropping the L piece should do it. Yeah, Tetra Boy is on the board. I don't think they really misdropped it all that round. So, getting over the nerves or whatever caused the initial slew of misdrops. JJJ Dragon 31 asking, has there been any curbs so far? Good luck to the competitors. We had some players fish for curbtresses in the last set, but fell short, mostly due to luck. Nining had a really good setup for one, and then Call Me Sar almost got one too. Just not the best sequences to finish them out. Who's on deck here? We have Dovetail versus Aiken coming up next. Two community regulars. Looking forward to that. Oh, Super Nuba wants to play. Interesting. Super Nuba is a very strong player. Anybody up for the challenge against Super Nuba? Hailing about 13.8 thousand rating. Oh, Mr. FQ is down for that. Definitely do Mr. FAQ versus ArcFox. Just hoping to find another player around that 10k range for Just Bug. Also, we need somebody to play Wabi. So maybe we can, if somebody else around the 7,000 to 8,000 range wants to play against our enhanced moderator Wabi, whether you played earlier or not, too, you're welcome to take up that challenge. All right, how's our decider looking here? Hunt Nog sending a 39 attack to Tetra Boy. Looks like this is going to even out a little. Oh, okay. Fortunately, Tetra Boy had. Oh, they set up that DT cannon. That was not a move I would have gone for, but I appreciate it. Actually, in the situation, it wasn't that bad. Unfortunately, misdropped that square. So even if they did trigger that quarter zone, that would have been unsalvageable, I believe. So nice second set between Hot Nog and Tetra Boy. Tetra Boy redeeming themselves from that first set in slew of misdrops. So GG. Next up, we have. God, I have a goldfish memory. I literally was just looking at the list. Oh yeah, Dovetail Magician versus Aiken. You're up next. Room code should be in that Discord thread. Too nervous to play? Yeah, even if nothing is on the line, just the fact that people are watching, and I get it. I get it. The more you play, though, in this setting, the more you get used to it. And then it's like you have the opposite effect where you don't get nervous, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there's that sweet spot. You want to get like some adrenaline when you play. But you don't want it to overwhelm you, right? So the more you practice and play in this kind of setting, the more it helps. A nice way to overcome that nerve is just like regularly stream, right? I feel like that helps. If you're putting yourself out there for people to watch you. All right, so we have Dovetail versus Aiken. And when you two are ready, I am ready. Hype matchup. This is a nice matchup. Does Aiken still have two-piece preview? Not many players have that set up. They do. Let's go. And Dovetail using the single color customized blocks. Setting up for that T-spin double. Aiken looking to bring this down. Actually finds a great sequence of pieces there. But what is that? That's like a Tetris. It's like a classic Tetris burn setup from Aiken. That was kind of cool. I don't know how much of an advantage they got from that, but interesting vision from Aiken there. And Aiken is definitely a community regular here. Participating in all of our community showcases for the most part if they're around. And a bit of a misdrop there, but able to sneak that long bar in there. And fortunately for Aiken, Dovetail also running into some issues on their side. So, actually, Dovetail doesn't have that quarter zone yet. I feel like they just needed 1 or 2 more lines, unfortunately. And, okay, well, both players running into some errors on their first round here, which is tends to happen. We'll see if they can warm up and have a cleaner round 2 here. Dovetail kind of setting up for some efficient right side stacking. I like that this is a good sign, I think, for players like Dovetail that obviously have a sense for the kind of patterns they want to create. Just not quite there, but the fact that they're kind of thinking of their board state in that sense means there's probably a lot of room to improve once Dovetail finds like a bit more speed, right? So I like to see that kind of thing, like really putting the thought into where your pieces should go, and then eventually the speed will come with it, rather than just like trying to force speed. Ooh, using IRS, that initial rotation system for Dovetail, able to hit that 19 line clear. But a nice zone from Aiken too. So pretty even matchup. Interesting setup for Dovetail there, tucking in that J piece. Or, I'm sorry, L piece. McCry is saying, speed never comes to me, I come to speed. Interesting. Okay, there are like situations I feel like if I really want to force playing faster, it does make sense depending on your opponent, right? If you have an opponent that's going to be going like super fast regardless, like faster than you can comprehend, like sometimes it's not the worst idea to try to force speed just because like it's the only way you stand a chance, even if you do lose that efficiency. Only if you're being outclassed like a lot. Otherwise, I recommend just looking for a healthy board state. Petition for Ferox to come to the summer UK land to get beaten by the Brits. The Brits are feisty. Feisty in our chat. Ferox, you trying to make it out to Britain to teach them a lesson? I spend time in US and Canada. If we have any Canadians that want to represent Canada, I'll be on your side as well. Tetra Boy saying they're going to move to Japan. That's the real buff. Yes, we have a ton of amazing Zone Battle players from Japan. And Tetris players in general. Alright, Dovetail looking for a clean down stack here. I think they should be able to survive just slightly. Finds a nice solution. Only one incoming line, so able to neutralize. Question is, can they continue to bring this down? Actually finding a nice little sequence. And has that quarter zone insurance now, so they shouldn't die right away to any attack. Ooh, decides to tank that. I actually really like that. We'll see if they can utilize... Ooh. Uh-oh. That is the end of Dovetail. Nice nice show from Aiken there, actually. 82-53. And that's an interesting matchup. Because I feel like there's a clash in playstyle there. I like the more meticulous, like, setup for efficiency from Dovetail, and Aiken just throwing down the blocks. So a bit of a clash in playstyle, but it's fun to watch. All right, so next up, who do we have up next? Next up will be, oh yeah, let's get Mr. FAQ in here, if you are in the chat. And I'm gonna ping ArcFox and see if they're around. I feel like that's a good matchup. So if you two are around, the lobby is open. And if, hopefully Mr. FAQ is around. Are they in the chat here? Oh, he says, give me a sec, okay. Okay. Booting the game as we speak. Oh, Tetris, are you from 10 to 11K? You can play Just a Bug. I see you in here. ArcFox is fun to play against. If I recall correctly, ArcFox runs track, if I know anything about my Tetris community. Mr. FAQ, here we go. From Argentina, rocking the Grandmaster Avatar. Got a rocket here against ArcFox. Mr. FAQ is a very fast player. I know they're pretty low on the sprint leaderboard. At times, they've been probably close to the top score. It can be hard to translate that in a zone battle because of the nature of like sending and canceling attacks and whatnot, but we'll see if Mr. FAQ can hit those fast speeds. Okay, so it looks like we're finding some matchups. Just need a matchup around the... Oh, I missed it. I was looking at Discord. A quick 131, 104. Perhaps a perfect clear, or an all clear. Maybe throwing ArcFox off. Happens to everybody. Well, not everybody, but happens to fast players, especially when you stack quickly for these Tetrises. Ooh, ArcFox missing the... Oh, no. No. Okay. Okay. Fortunately, you know what? They actually got that garbage from Mr. FAQ right in the well they were stacking for, which is really lucky. So ArcFox able to counter that with that 1 in 10 chance. Mr. FAQ is an honorary Brit. How do you obtain the title of honorary Brit? Someone care to explain? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, I would like to know, actually. I wouldn't mind that title. But obviously, it doesn't come that easy. Ooh, ArcFox with the right idea. Not quite a curve tris solution. Somebody came in chat earlier asking if anybody had a curve tris tonight. I have a feeling still that someone might nail one. We have some high-level players lurking tonight. Alright, both players with max zone, testing each other, feeling it out before deciding to hit that magic zone button. And you know what, ArcFox decides not to zone quickly, and here's the thing, when you don't zone in phase 3, if your opponent is zoning, there's kind of like a weird back and forth where it allows you to stack really aggressively for a moment while your opponent is working through that zone. Because you usually don't have that luxury in phase 3, right? Because the garbage is so messy, so it allows you to like kind of play ultra mode for a little bit if you're comfortable playing that way. Or on the flip side of it, you can be the one to zone first, put that pressure on your opponent, and it allows you to charge your next zone meter quicker, right? But ArcFox actually putting down a lot of efficiency during that, and a scary player to kind of leave no pressure on, it seems. Or more so, scary player to leave to lead the zone into, if that makes sense. Oh, ArcFox going for that double, like the DTPC open, not DTPC, but like a T-spin PC. I never know which one it actually is, but whether it's Honey Cannon or whatever, Gamashiro, whatever it is. I don't know the actual, probably because I don't actually set them up. Alright. I did like try to learn it for a little bit, because they're stronger in other Tetris titles, like Puyo Puyo Tetris, and I remember learning it for a little bit. I think I even learned it again recently for fun, and I probably already forgot it just because it doesn't, I don't know. You know what, I say it doesn't apply, but I think some of our top players do utilize it, like even Akashi Robo, who is rank 1 in Zone Battle currently, will utilize those kind of openers. Okay. So I think Mr. FAQ might be able to grab the win here. ArcFox finds a decent down stack. Can they get that quarter zone? They do, just barely. So I think ArcFox should survive, actually. Finds that Tetris during the zone, too. For a quarter zone, that was pretty effective. Finds a T-spin double to block some incoming attacks from Mr. FAQ. And Mr. FAQ with a slight misdrop, but they are on that max zone, so curious to see if they are going to try to trigger it sooner than later. And there it goes. So T-spin single into that Tetris. Ooh. This should put us into phase 3. ArcFox does not try to, trigger the zone before that phase 3. Sometimes players will have that awareness, or try to do that. Oh, look at that really rough T placement from ArcFox. From what seemed like kind of a slight advantage, or like a decent zone, that T misdrop really throwing a wrench into things and creating a pretty even matchup here. Mr. FAQ going for that super T-spin in the middle into a Tetris, putting on some pressure against ArcFox. And here's the thing, so Mr. FAQ is low to the bottom of their board. This allows them to have the opportunity, if they would like, to tank garbage. Decides to block a little bit there, but and by tanking, you can easily counterattack and force your opponent to zone, so there's a big advantage to being towards the bottom of the board at a high level. Alright. I think Mr. FAQ sees that T-spin double, is going to try to stack for it, yep. And we'll see if they try to do a follow-up here with that J overhang. So some nice stacking from Mr. FAQ, a lot of pressure on ArcFox. They are sitting on that quarter zone, so I don't think they're going to top out here. Sets up that T-spin single using another T-piece, so got to be a little bit careful. It does have that quick T follow-up, though. Definitely got to be careful sometimes when deciding when to create a T-spin overhang with a T-piece, because T-pieces in itself are a resource, right? Nice setup there from ArcFox. think the zone from Mr. FAQ is pretty good. Yeah, look at that pressure. A lot of like little zones going back and forth here. And again, ArcFox having a really nice down stack. Hanging in there. Finds a T-spin single into another down stack. I actually really like this play. Really utilizing this messy garbage and like trying to play along with it. Which can be tricky to do in the heat of the moment. Ooh, that square misdrop. Going to force ArcFox to zone a bit earlier than they would have wanted. I think they should again survive here. Not the best sequence for ArcFox, and that will do it. Mr. FAQ taking the set 2-1. That's a close matchup. GG. Nice survivability there in the end from ArcFox, utilizing some nice down stack combos. But Mr. FAQ is seeming to be pretty comfortable in that state. And same for ArcFox in the game before. So up next, we can do... Oh, JustBug isn't home yet. Okay. We'll do Tetris versus JustBug when JustBug arrives. Do we have somebody that can battle Wabi? Anybody from the from earlier that wants to play another match around the 7 to 8K range? Feel free to hop in. Yeah, Wabi's so lonely. I could battle Super Nuba. That could be fun. A little bit selfish, but I always like to play players like Super Nuba. Yeah, let's do Dovetail. We want to do Dovetail versus Wabi? Let's do that. Dovetail and Wabi if you want to make your way to the lobby. The code should be in the thread. I'll post it there again. All right. And for anybody tuning in for the first time, we are hosting our Zone Battle Community Showcase. We have a community showcase pretty much every Friday in 2024, where we invite our community to hang out, vibe into the weekend with some friendly, no stakes except for your dignity and pride community matches. So feel free to join our Discord at discord.gg/enhance if you want to participate in future showcases. It's like Wabi found their way here. And Dovetail. Yeah, Dovetail. You can find your way here. All right, there they are. USA versus Greece. Good luck, have fun. Tetris. Tetris is brainwashing me. Now making that that emoji synonymous with my face. I kind of like it, actually. You kind of like this Shen Cam? You either love or you hate it. I think it's funny that so many of you still... I guess my other, like, when I stream and stuff, my tag is Shen, right? But we have, like, a lot of community members that don't even know that my other username is Shen. And it hasn't been. I guess, like, my handles tend to be on other platforms, but... yeah, your OG gamer handle never dies. I have like a lot of IRL friends that refer to me as Chen, just from either just trying to get on my nerves, or I mean, we all play games together online. All right, how are we doing here? Wabi with a Tetris, set up for another one, has that quarter zone ready, so they'll have a little bit of insurance if there's a big attack here coming in from Dovetail, which there is, and this is a half zone. I don't know if Wabi, okay, Wabi decides to try to tank that, and we'll see if that was a good decision. Actually, you know what? It's working out beautifully so far. Okay, they decide to break the combo in order... oh, that follow-up, though. Interesting idea from Wabi. There might have been a downstack sequence. Either way, it's a little bit tricky. I think Wabi had the right idea, just a little more speed needed to execute it there. Nice win for Dovetail. Double Bubble Trouble saying my IRL name sounds strange to me. I'm so used to being called Double, yeah. Yeah, especially if you like live and breathe gaming, like a lot of us do. That simultaneous, I want to say disconnect, but almost like you're still connected when you're not online. But yes, it's interesting. I'm so used to it though, and I just lean into it. It's all good. I know I'm a nerd at this point. Okay, so Wabi begins his zone. Dovetail did zone first, having actually a pretty clean zone for Dovetail here. Might hit that 20 Ultimatris. Lands on an 18 Perfectris. So pretty even zone matchup here. All right, Wabi thinking a little bit ahead there. You can see a little bit of hesitancy. I see this from both of these players actually, and I'm gonna bring it up again. So I brought this up about Dovetail earlier. I think it's a good sign to see when players are slightly hesitant, like just showing they're really thinking through their how they want to stack their pieces. It's just a good sign to show that I feel like when you see players do that, they tend to learn from their decisions maybe a little quicker, if that makes sense. Or when you practice a lot and you are really thinking through each of your piece setups, you're bound to only get faster with like better decision making. Okay, Wabi smartly tanking a few extra lines there, knowing that they had a few incoming just single lines of attacks. Trying to get the most out of this zone. Ooh, this is tricky. Uh-oh. Well, they do have that T-piece ready. Can they get another quarter zone? They might be able to. Yeah, gotta use that long bar. Ooh, barely surviving. Okay, so they have the quarter zone. They're going to want to zone here and try to work their way through this. Not really clean garbage, so it's going to be tricky. Ooh, they actually have a great sequence for this. And Wabi survives. Very nicely played. Into a 9 combo. So flipping the script here. Got a sheesh from Squishy-ish. Ooh, 3/4 zone. Okay, Wabi thinking through, like, can I tank this? Oh, was Wabi doing that real-time, like, visual? Like, okay, how many lines is that? Pause and, like, I would like to imagine that Wabi paused the game and, like, put their hand up to the screen and moved up the garbage meter. Like, will I survive? It'd be kind of funny if you used your actual hand to determine if you'll survive. Ooh. I do appreciate Wabi thinking through, like, showing that they are paying attention to accepting and blocking attacks. But maybe spending a little more too much time thinking about it there, because Dovetail was able to apply some extra pressure. So GG, Dovetail takes the dub against Wabi. Wabi, thanks for making it out and playing a match here. All right, we're about to do Just Bug versus Tetris for our final scheduled match. Maybe we can do Ferox versus Super Nuba, if you two are up to that. Otherwise, the coach could play. We'll see if that happens. Oh, do you want if you specifically want to battle Tetris, if you've been talking some smack, we can do that next, Ferox, if you would like. If you need to hold them accountable to anything they've said in the chat so far today, we can make that happen. But first we'll do Just Bug versus Tetris. And Ferox confirming they need to hold Tetris accountable for their actions. Oh, Just Bug representing Canada against our Brits here in the chat. We have a lot of Brits, proud British folk, showing that they can throw down in Tetris. Isn't it late over there? Are you all up too late? I think it's time for you to go to bed. Will Just Bug put Tetris to sleep? Is Tetris typing? What's Tetris doing? Oh, hard drop disabled. How do you manage to do that? No, we're not doing the soft drop only, are we? We could. This is like a Firestorm move. The issue is Tetris is not Firestorm. Or is Tetris Firestorm? We'll have to find out. For the record, Firestorm is an extremely efficient player who's been known to sometimes only soft drop. British citizenship has been revoked for Tetris. Officially. Is any nation looking to pick up Tetris for their fantasy Tetris roster? Apparently, America doesn't want Tetris. The Brits don't want Tetris. Somebody out there wants Tetris, right? Maybe the Canadians or about Greece? Dovetail in here from Greece. Would you like to have Tetris represent Greece? Policy changes will take him. It's getting a little political on the US side, naturally. Sweden can take Tetris. How is Tetris doing here? Is Tetris still not hard dropping? Oh wait, no, they are hard dropping. Okay. Or is the hard drop key incorrect? Maybe they're on like default. Using that space bar. Do we have any, how many of you use the default key mapping? I feel like everybody, so many players will change up their Tetris control mapping. Tetris, you're welcome to play another game with the proper control scheme. Let's go Canada. Oh, you remap for master mode. Interesting. Why is that? Just for less accidental hard drops or something like that? Oh, you're on a controller. Got it, got it, got it. So we're gonna let Tetris remap their controller and hop back into it. We'll let Just Bug play again. Ferox. We can still have your Ferox match too. And yeah, for next week's community showcase, I think we'll be doing a little bit of single player and maybe some connected verses alongside it if we do want to have a multiplayer aspect. We'll do a adventurous weekend ritual preview. So stay tuned for that if you're trying to up your game in mystery mode or what else is in there? Countdown, Purify, right? You know what? Adventurous is actually one of my favorite playlists. It's either Adventurous or Focus. I really like to play during the Focus weekend ritual. With combo mode. Combo mode's one of my favorites. And you have Target and All Clear. Yeah, that's a fun one. Ooh, Just Bug moving a little fast there. But you can see exactly what they wanted it to do. Maybe not the focus part. I think mystery, we've done this before. Maybe we can do it next week for fun. The effect mode tier list. That would be actually kind of fun to do with the community. If everyone wants to put together an effect mode playlist for next week's showcase and we can discuss our tier list. What do we think about that? I would have fun with that. So come to next week's showcase thinking about your effect mode tier list, and maybe I'll post it on the community event post if you want to, so that people can share it. Apparently Tetris had a curb. Alright, yeah, let me pay attention to this match. I'm getting a little distracted from our wonderful, wonderful chat. Tetris, or Tetri, has that max zone. When are they going to want to trigger it? Perhaps set up. I don't know. I don't like to utilize my zone from the very bottom of the board. It'd be nice to try to tank an attack first, which Tetri does, and now their board is looking pretty spiffy. I would trigger, yes. So it looks like Tetri does trigger it there. Allows for a really fast zone, which means you can get a little bit ahead on the zone gauge. Move quickly through that zone. Not the most potent attack at this level, but either way, oh, it actually, yeah, evens up nicely. So neither player getting like a super high line clear, but moving quickly through that zone in order to continue onward. So both players have that quarter zone charge. Now half zone, pretty even right now. And similar garbage. A battle of Canada versus wherever Tetri is from at this point. Sweden or Greece. I'll have to get the confirm from Dovetail on that. Yes, Dovetail. I also love Mystery Mode. I feel like if you don't like Mystery Mode, you're not a real Tetris gamer. Sorry to say. That is the official enhance. It's an official statement from the top. Ooh, Just Bug with a rough board there, allowing Tetri to take a quick win. Happens to the best of us. Especially early on. Like in phase 1, players like to utilize speed to get that quick zone meter charge. So Tetri taking that game. At least Just Bug got to play with her food a little bit while Tetri had control issues. So yeah, we'll move on to Tetri versus Ferox because I think there's a beef that needs to be squashed. Before we end our stream here. Tetri claiming that there is no beef. I'm getting opposite statements from Ferox. You were driving across ice before you got on. Whereabout in Canada do you live, Just Bug? Or what province? Canada is a very wide country, at least on the map. I know if you put Canada towards the equator, it's actually a lot smaller, but... all right. Tetri versus Ferox. Somewhat north. I spend time in Nova Scotia throughout the year. I'll actually be in Canada for the eclipse. I don't know how many of you are going to see the solar eclipse. I'm going to be in Prince Edward Island for that. Good chance that nobody in here is from Prince Edward Island, but if you are, feel free to say hi. All right. So a much quicker zone from Tetri. And you know what? Tetri almost has a max zone that they probably could have taken advantage of, but unfortunately they had some roughness drops at the top there. Either way, this should be able to counteract what Ferox is doing. And Ferox is in a position to tank this. So, pretty even at this point. Ooh, Actually, Tetri put on a little more damage than I expected, but yes, nice counterattack from Ferox. Got some emotes from Wabi. I'll throw in a thumbs up as well. Ooh, a little bit of a... I think that was a misdrop from Tetri. It turns it into a T-spin double. It can be hard to tell sometimes if it's a misdrop or intentional with how T-spins work in this game. Alright, Tetri bringing it down. Ooh, Ferox putting on the pressure, taking out Tetri in game numero uno. Tetri does find that PC a little too slow. Ferox had like a counter combo there. Oh, okay, Tetri going to the zone. Actually, don't mind this. Ideally, you can get Ferox's zone, but a bit of an odd placement there for Tetri. Going to slow down the execution just a hair. Either way, I think Tetri should be able to tank whatever Ferox is cooking. Actually, this could end up being quite a juicy zone from Ferox with these fractal setups, those like layered T-spins. And Ferox is usually capable of getting a curve tris, so we'll see if that comes into play. Oh, does that work? Wait. That might have worked. Could Ferox have IRS that T-piece in there? From many scientists in the chat. Welcome in, Ahi. And Chompy, welcome in. Sarah PPT from X, welcome in. Alright, this match is getting spicy. Ferox doesn't quite get that 20, but ooh, look at that attack. Tetri able to tank it with this clean board. Actually, Tetri can get a nice little counter here. With a nice down stack. Ferox is no slouch though, knows how to put on that APM, aka attacks per minute, for a high amount or percentage of attacks. So Tetri is not out of the woods just yet. Ooh, Ferox actually going for that half zone. So kind of in an interesting way, kind of like trying to rush their opponent in a sense, putting on that quick pressure, and is going to take the dub. GG. And I think we got through everybody tonight. I saw numbers tuned in a little late, but oh wait, is Super Nuba around? Super Nuba would be the only remaining player. Otherwise, we will end our stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you had some fun. Tetra Boy saying, Chompy, you should fight me. I'd be okay with a little bit of an encore. If anybody just tuning in wanted to participate. I'm in the mood for more zone battle. I love zone battle. Sarah Tetris saying, Zam, I missed it. It's all good, Haunt. Hopefully your connection's more stable for the next Friday, if you make it out. I don't think Super Nuba's around still. I think we'll call it there. Yeah, let's just call it there. So thank you, everybody. I think we did get through the full match queue, so that allows me to end the stream sooner and get dinner at an appropriate time. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It was a pleasure to have you make it out. And yeah, until next Friday, we'll be previewing the Adventurous playlist. And I am going to try to post a tier list for effect modes, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe we can do some tier lists on stream or something. That sounds fun. Think about your favorite effect modes. Looks like Wabi and Ferox are going into a match as I try to close out here. Okay, maybe we will do an encore, as it is forced by our enhanced moderators. All right, I lied. One more match. Wabi wants to challenge Ferox. And as soon as this match ends, we are calling it. Right when it ends. I think this is a bit of a mismatch in terms of skill level. Actually, you know what? I believe in Wabi. Wabi can take down our Trifecta third place finisher. Tetris believes in you, Wabi. I believe in Wabi. Wabi is a great member in our community. Oh, wait. Actually, Wabi. Tetris might be onto something. Almost got the kill on Ferox. Wabi is goated, they just don't know it. I agree with that. I have no evidence to prove otherwise. Ooh. I think Ferox, somebody earlier did want to see Curbtris, and we haven't seen a Curb on stream, so Ferox, you might have one more round to fish for a Curbtris. Or Wabi. I think Wabi can Curbtris as well. If either of you manage to pull it off before we close out, go out with a bang here. The real winner gets a Curbtris. Win or lose. Yes, Super Nuba is scared of what I have to offer. No, oh, there it is, Curbtris for Ferox. We can go to sleep happy with a smile on our face. Everyone in Britain who is about to go to bed, hopefully that helps you out with any potential sleep anxiety. All right. So Ferox nailing that curve to close out the stream. Thank you for the assist, Ferox. We can all sleep happy. Otherwise, I would have been a little bit sad. So Ferox taking it home. GG's. And with that, we will call it here. Is there anybody to raid on Twitch? Check. It's got to be somebody I know if I'm raiding from the enhanced channel here. There's some classic Tetris action going on, whether it is monthly Tetris or classic Tetris. CTWC Illinois. Do we have anybody from Illinois or Chicago? Ferox, you should be there. Maybe Ferox can go stream snipe IRL at CTWC Illinois. Oh, you're not in Chicago right now. Gila is streaming Tetris 99. What is Gila's Twitch handle? Gila Tet. You can do that. So here on Twitch, we'll be saying hi to our community member, probably since the inception of Tetris Effect Connected, or the multiplayer aspect of it, Gila. So say hi to Gila. And everyone else, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Steam even. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And next Friday, we'll be going through some single-player effect modes on Adventurous and possibly some connected verses along that, because we know the community is always hungry for some multiplayer Tetris. So, okay. Let's throw that raid to Gila Tet, and we will call it there. Kind of weird to do with from Restream here, so let me open up the chat. Hawkwick, see you next time. See you next time, Dovetail, Tetri, JustBug, etc., etc. Yeah, a lot of good matches tonight. So say hi to Gila if you're from Twitch here, and have a good night.